When we say we started at 8 o'clock, we mean we started at 8 o'clock. Not 8:10, not 8:15, not 8:30, but we started at 8:30. Okay, we'll start at 8:30. That's fine. Okay,
7:30.
great. This broadcast of As the Wasteland Burns was brought to you by Galaxy News Radio and our sponsors at Feltec, Better Living Underground.
You didn't do the voice.
But look,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in a hurry.
I feel very unsatisfied.
Yeah.
Me too.
I can't.
Now we
speak
can't
this
play.
way. I know.
no, let's quit.
Yep. Now we're gonna start even later because somebody didn't do the voice.
This broadcast of As the Wasteland Burns was brought to you by Galaxy News Radio and our sponsors at Feltec, Better Living Underground.
Yay! Oh, I feel so much better. You have no idea.
What that was the GM wearing?
Like, I had anxiousness in my shoulders messing out on that. It's such a relief.
The GM was wearing his holiday. He has his blue reindeer Joe boxers on and matching Joe reindeer boxer top. I'm to dust them off and get them out for the festivities.
Already?
It is, yes. Well, I'm
Christmas?
decorating for Valentine's Day. I'm getting ready for Valentine's Day. I can already buy candy for it apparently. So
Just
watch out,
remember
ladies.
to participate in the greatest debate of all time. Is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Halloween.
Now, see something?
Easter.
What about Veterans Day?
technically, it almost became one at the end. He went to the other tree. But anyway, hey folks, welcome back to another episode of The Wasteland Burns. When last we left, Sam had climbed up on top of the adjoining roof to the Red Rocket station that the group was holding up in, and had panned across the tableau to see what was out there. It was late in the day, probably the beginning of early evening. He could see the highway in the distance to the north. Look at the map. Yep, well, actually a little bit farther over where you guys are on the dot. That's a dot inside a dot. Nope.
I was pointing at the highway.
Yep, actually that was a bridge. That was the overpass that you had passed a little while back. So you guys are about cancel. So you guys are about there.
Yeah.
You could see some of the structures for what you figure was, Mew Mew Mew, and the lazy boring of the razor wings or green wings in the distance. As night begins to settle, cars are actually coming out. It's a relatively calm and peaceful night. Beginning of the grow season, figure coming on. Warm air.
Which means soon enough, foraging for food is not going to be too much of an issue.
No, probably in another 30 days, month or so. Bit of a warm breeze blows through the air. And you can see in the distance, closer to the highway that you're traveling, in the area that I'm pulsing on the map, a greenish glow emanating from the ground and shining up, giving it almost like a aurora borealis type of effect. Sam, you're still on the roof at this point in time.
I say let's avoid the giant glowing crater. And we can always send Snake there, but the rest of us should avoid it.
I mean, there could be, good stuff there.
There could be.
Like death.
Exactly.
Well, we can get that anywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, but this will be painful death.
We can get that anywhere.
This will be extra painful death.
With a side of cheese.
Can't get the side of cheese everywhere.
Yeah, can't. That's true. Sam, are you staying up on top, or are you going to come down below and join everybody in the bay of the Red Rocket Station?
Yeah, as much as this is a good lookout point, I'd rather not be out in the open, so I guess I'm going to go down to the bay.
Okay. So between Sally Sue and Saval, you've managed to get the Brahmin inside. You only had that one mess of a creature to drag out, just so it's not there.
I named him Bob. He's missing half of his face.
Well, half of that face.
No.
It was the face with the tongue.
That's true. So looking around, between some of the debris that you can gather inside and some of the cow chips or Brahmin chips, I'm sorry, that you were able to gather, you're able to get a small fire going to ward off the coming cold or the dampness. I should say, as night falls, and a warm meal also kind of helps.
Nom 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 nom.
If we're eating, do we heal any? Eventually.
You will heal. I apologize. I don't remember what the food guys ate that day was.
I think it was radioactive.
Okay, that could have been. No. Radioactive was for the first 2 days. That was not a radioactive.
It wasn't the damage resistance, was it? Or was it the allowed reroll for one test?
It might have been that one. Yeah. Well, because I know you did two. You did two rad damage. And
twice in a row.
One of the rerolls. Yeah, twice in a row. Yep. Okay. So you'll heal 4 points if you have any damage on you. It'll heal the radiation damage if you had any radiation damage, but it will heal hit points. It will also you're poisoned, since you've managed to beat that back.
Would that have killed us if we had not treated it, or would it have eventually run its course?
It would have ran its course.
Okay.
But it would have debilitated you, and it would have been cumulative.
Got it.
If all 4 of them managed to, stop gobbling you.
Oh, thank goodness!
You guys would have paid it. You paid the price.
So we didn't need to suck it out of the wound.
Yep.
Yuck.
Good. Oh, I mean, I'm not sure anybody would have.
You'll never know.
No.
Next
no
time.
Reason to never know. To ever know.
I would for C2.
Or C2. Snake, you're on your turn of watch. When you can hear something. It sounds like something munching, cracking of bones outside. You had drugged several of those, those corpses or amalgamations.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out one of the bones that I have in my pack that I just hang on to for C2, and I'm gonna try to crunch it. Make the same sound.
Okay.
What's it like? Snap it in half or something, or try to crush it?
Oh, whatever sound it's making, I'll try to imitate it.
Okay, it's the same sound like if you were cracking walnuts or shucking peanut shells.
Yeah, it's kind of like Bigfoot knocking. Let's see what Bigfoot does.
Okay. There's a brief pause in the whatever's going on out there, and then suddenly it picks back up again.
And if I do it again, does it ignore it?
You do it again, and you can hear like a kind of like the sound of if you're dragging dragging a broom dirt, that brushing noise.
Mm-hmm.
So could be moving away.
I'm gonna take my axe out and go and see what this is, what the sound is.
Do you light it up or you just walk out as is?
No, I mean I want to stay in the dark if possible. So no.
Okay, so you step out, giving a moment or two for your eyes to adjust to the slightly more light coming from the out.
Oh, and I do have dark vision, night vision too. And
Okay,
the
so
art helmet.
You put your helmet back on. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm all set up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to remind Saval or Sam in the morning to charge it back up, but you're able to go out there and you can see. So you got like this greenish eerie glow coming from the general area, and where the body, or at least two of the bodies were, they've been reduced to viscera and maybe a little bit of bone.
Okay.
You can see something of decent size. By decent size, I would say if Good and Plenty or Milk Dub were standing up on two legs, like that kind of size, dragging something away.
I am going to attack it.
Okay.
Is this our first Jaguar?
That doesn't sound too reassuring.
Phoenix is speechless. It's not.
Is this our first Jaguar? Is my question.
Well, could be.
Hope you're ready to roll a new character there, Snake.
It doesn't sound like a Deathclaw.
When I attack, I'll light up too, just for the intimidation factor, like a flaming axe in the night.
Start ChatGPT.
No, that's 100% all natural.
Yuck.
Sure of this, I believe.
Close to it.
I got to upload it in. Sorry, give me a moment. Let me upload the creature into.
Ooh.
See, he was expecting you to attack. He has to upload the thing that's going to take you off.
It was moving in the dark. I'm drawn to it like a moth. Moth to a light.
You can stop now.
That was also natural.
Okay. So you begin to close on it, and by yourself, and you turn. That's what you see.
Oh, holy hell.
Oh yeah, I wasn't kidding.
What
that's
the-
not a Jaguar. That's a Eldritch Monstrosity.
What abomination are you?
Bye bye,
Monstrosity.
Snake.
Actually, that's what it actually has in the description. Abomination.
Oh, not an Eldritch Monstrosity?
No.
Because that's also pretty accurate.
So you see it drops the
okay.
body of the one centaur that it was dragging away, and turn to you, and you can hear you just watch the eyes, they begin to glow and light up, and drawl drops down, the silent scream.
That's like perfect. That's when I'll light my axe too. Is when I see the lights light up.
You swing at it at the same time.
Oh, okay.
That's both on 11. Let me get over to the other page.
It's not nice to take other people's kills, asshole.
Are you talking to me or?
Yes. Yeah.
You're
Yep,
fast,
totally
you're,
you,
you're fast
Sam.
asleep, right?
Everybody else is asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it through guilt trip. That'll work.
Yeah. I want to sting it for multiple ends.
I think it's past the point where it can feel guilt.
You never know.
I'd run away.
It might just be misunderstood. Maybe that's why it's so angry.
There's nothing to misunderstand about that face. Kill it with fire. In extreme prejudice. But mostly fire.
Okay, roll for your attack. It closes in on you. Swings its two or covered claws at you. And it hits you.
Right?
Oh my goodness, this thing is very strong.
The 9 points of piercing, which will chop through whatever armor that it has. Oh, yeah, close.
Yeah, 9 piercing, 11 damage.
Your blade cuts. Oh, that's energy damage too. So hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, use the fire.
Yeah.
The blade sinks deeply into its flesh.
What part of its flesh?
Oh yeah, roll.
Oh, the part. That would be right leg, and if it took an injury, it gets a second injury if it took one.
Okay. It hits you in the torso.
Asshole. Oh,
Good God.
Oh,
jeez.
bye.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I-
5 points of piercing.
Yeah, I don't think we need to count. That's a point of luck.
As both its claws rake across you, you can actually feel. Well, hey, you're lucky you didn't have the baby Bjorn on, because that would have just shredded that to pieces.
Good thing I brought the spare. I brought the spare for a reason, just in case that happened.
So.
And it's the one that C2 will be even more comfortable in and be able to control Snake with.
This thing, well, that wasn't very nice. And I'll swing again when it comes up.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I'll tell you what. Can I spend action points to attack again this round?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it
Thank you,
again. Okay, and then that's no good. And then that's
Regretting your decision yet?
Your hit impacts on its body, barely piercing its armor. Actually, yeah, it does pierce its armor. What's that? 2, 4 points or 3?
Yeah, I think I'm going to use another point of luck to use True Police Stories.
Okay.
That perk is once per scene. When you roll damage of an attack, you may spend a point of luck to turn 3 DC to any face rather than rolling them.
Turn them to Pip Boys.
Yeah, I'm going to turn all 3 to Pip Boys. So it'll be
6, 8, 10 points of damage.
Yep.
Yeah, you realize that your weapon is, because of the heat and everything like that, is carving easily through the outer layers and bone and such.
Oh, good. That's a relief. I will fillet you, soul.
You realize that it wasn't standing at full height as you can see by there.
Oh.
It raises itself up, and it's more than twice your size. It's bigger than. Let me put it this way: it's bigger than the super mutant you encountered.
Well, it's a good thing I'm cutting its legs down.
Yep.
That might
That's
be
the
all
only
I
thing
can
you can reach. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, if you get a headshot, that's pretty much you running off a rock and leaping with your Conan the Barbarian style axe over your head to come down on it.
I mean, that would be
No.
pretty epic. Not
It would
gonna
be.
lie.
Unless Snake has made any noise or has called out for help, there's been no sound from either combatant. And he's wearing his helmet, so none of you guys are sleeping with your helmet on. That's just weird.
I mean, that's
yeah. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't bother to say anything to anyone.
Yeah, Sam wouldn't be wearing his helmet if he's sleeping.
I couldn't be bothered anyway.
Yeah.
Swing him back around. It swings at you. Swing at it.
Oh, at least I got a hit.
It hits you.
4, 6, 8. 10 more damage, 9 piercing.
It's you.
Its...
Oh yeah, location.
Okay,
so yeah, so you literally you find a bit of debris to run up of, and you leap up, and you're coming down, and you're swinging, Lulavu slugger style, and you catch it right in the side of the head. You just watch the head snap around from the blow, and going through some of the. Let's see if I can change this. Some of the bone spikes and whatnot go flying off as you sear through. It reaches out and lashes and hits you in the chest. As you're falling away. 5 piercing. 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage to your torso.
Now I'm gonna spend a point of luck.
Okay.
That one is tempting to take. Very tempting, but I would take an injury.
Surprised the Brahmin haven't started making a lot of noise, because I would think that this would be that they'd be sensing something and be terrified.
But given normally yes, if you guys had first started out, but these two are so remember one's got PTSD.
Which one?
Good and plenty is he's just he's rocking himself to sleep when he goes so to speak he's
what do I do to good and plenty? Okay,
no not because of you but from between
it's because of Sam. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine if you want to blame Sam, but from all the fights that it's been in and involved in the whole, if you remember after the fight with the Scorpion, the one that where C2 kind of Tim off, it was freaking out. You guys had to come down and get him to come with you. So
yeah. Now I'm remembering that. Okay.
So
yeah, I feel sorry for good and plenty.
Go ahead, Snake. Top of the order, unless you want to spend another 2 action points to make another attack.
How's he looking? Am I really phasing him, or is he just kind of?
It's angry. You can see the wound on its face is still bubbling, and there's still a glow to it from the cut. Steam coming off of it or smoke coming off of it from where it cooked. Mm-hmm. But if it's taking wounds, it's giving no indication that it has taken any kind of damage whatsoever.
Okay, I want to do.
It hasn't been slowed by the damage that it's taken. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
it's just become angrier.
You can just die now. It'll save some time.
Well, I'm trying to decide if I want to do like a.
But I'd rather us be alerted before he dies, so that way we have a fighting chance.
What does Jet do?
Hold on.
I've got some Jet and Daddy-O. I'm trying to decide if I want to take any.
Not the Daddy-O.
Yeah, no.
Daddy-O was more for, calming you down.
Okay.
Jet, each extra action costs one less AP.
That might not be a bad thing right now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and take that.
Okay, so your minor actions is to take that.
Yep. And I'll attack again. All right. Come on, give me some more. Oh, nice. Do the...
So you take
to the head again.
Okay.
Ooh.
And then roll for the extra, see if you do an extra wound.
That's going to be... Come on.
Was this
Yes!
the second attack in the same round?
Yeah. No,
no,
this is the next round.
This is next round. So this is round 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So your blow slams into it, a chunk of skull, tears and burns away. Let's see. It hits you.
Mm-hmm.
It lashes out with its claw and catches you before you land and pulls at you, and you see its eyes glow brighter, and then it lets loose with the gaze.
Oh.
It does hit you. No dodging this one, buddy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
Left arm.
My left. Oh wow.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Now, unfortunately, there's nobody else in range. Oh yeah, give me a minute. But you do take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of radiation damage.
Okay.
To your left arm. If whatever your left arm damage reduction is, that will absorb the radiation. Whatever your radiation.
And is this going to be physical or is this energy?
Energy.
Energy. Okay, I have 7 points of energy.
Resistance. Okay, so your arm is on fire. It's throbbing red. It's not, but the damage that you do take is also to the arm. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 points of damage. Physical does reduce that. So you take so you're taking energy and physical damage.
Okay, so I can resist 7 energy and I can resist 8 physical.
Okay. 5 points gets through, unless you had an adamantine bones. That should be a wound.
No, it'll be a wound.
Okay, I know you had something that also modified that. And that is your left arm snake. You're right-handed, so you're holding on to your blade. For those of you in the building, you're all woken at this point in time of the sound of cracking timber, shattering stone, and you can see cutting through the top portion of the bay this amber light. Sam, you're even if you slept through all that, your Pip-Boy on your arm is howling like a banshee right now.
The heck? I'm immediately grabbing my helmet and shoving it on my head.
Right. Now, so got your helmet on your head. Nobody else is in armor. Just keep that in mind. Other than your clothes is something you can wear, but no armor's on right now.
Okay, I'm in a bodysuit then. Okay.
So yes, you will count. You don't have radio contact because it hooks up to the rest of your suit at that point. Even Sally Sue, unfortunately. And so it's holding you right now, and you can feel claws like solidifying around your waist, Snake. It's not able. You can feel the pressure, but you realize that it's not capable of. It's an awkward position for it, so it's not able to crack the armor, if you will.
Okay. I will take advantage of the jet, spend another AP, and attack again while it's holding me.
Okay.
Makes for a good angle anyway.
Yep.
Um,
Legs will hit arms, just so you know, because of the where it's holding you.
Okay. And
Ooh.
I will use my Sluggo Jackson baseball gloves.
To reload at 20. Yep.
Well, just to avoid the complication.
Okay. There you go.
That's all it does. So
Okay.
I'll avoid the complication, take the hit, and that's not great. That's another 9 piercing, 7 damage.
And my apologies. What was your last batch of damage? 2, 4, 6, 8.
It
Right
was
arm.
13 damage.
Yep.
Yeah. To the right arm here.
It is still trying to hold on to you. You can see the blood that's boiling out or coming out of its arm is smoking in the air. More because you're cooking it, but you can see it's kind of it's holding you with the one arm. It's reaching back with the claw, and it's kind of like it looks like it's getting ready to drive an open fist, an open palm, into your chest. Top of the order, Miss Gray. So everybody, as I described, is awake. From the Brahmin, C2, everything. Sam, you can hear the audible alarm. It's not loud enough for anybody else, but the fact that there's this glow coming from 2-foot concrete wall on the opposite side.
Major Rad Source, beware. Snake, where the fuck are you?
English.
You have no way of
darling.
communicating. Remember, no radios, just helmets.
Right.
So you're looking around. The fire's almost died out. You don't see. Well, quick take. You can two Brahmin, one. Two. Yeah, you're like you might say, Snake. Where the fuck are you? Snapping your helmet on. That and the winning smile is. You grab what?
I'm grabbing get some.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab my SMG.
So you're able to make a move, but you're not able to make an attack. Oh, sorry. I'll say you can make an attack at 2 action points if you so desire. But the step before. Oh, sorry, Saval. What are you doing? Same thing with Sally Sue. Okay. And Sally.
My fist with the shotgun.
Okay. So you slide your hands into your fist, which are relatively easy. You can have both of them there if you like. That's the relatively easiest thing, easy to grab. Step out into through the opening of the bays, and what greets you is that creature. There you can actually see that it's crouching. Right now you see a form hanging about 9 feet in the air. You can see 2 glowing balefires along with various other glowing bits and on this shadowy, inky form.
Can we tell that it's Snake? Do we recognize?
It's humanoid. Whatever's in the air is definitely humanoid. You can see, you can tell it's Snake because of the giant flaming axe. So, yep, you can see.
Made a new friend.
Okay, everybody go back to bed. Nothing to see here.
Yep. It's just Snake being Snake. Yep.
Dancing in the dark.
You have very little light to work with.
Yeah. Well, but I can tell
Other than river flares.
I can tell that this thing is holding Snake, which means I can't shoot it.
You can make a cold shot and try to aim low. You're looking at a 15, at least a 15 complication.
Oh my goodness.
Or higher, because
Do I
of,
know
everything.
that the rest of the group is coming?
You know that at least Sam was. You can't tell for everybody else.
Yeah. So
You can make the assumption that they are, but they haven't got. You're first.
Yeah. So I am going to. Yeah. Can I hold on my first turn? Because I just don't. I don't want to shoot and hurt Snake.
Okay. So you can opt. Sam, you're seeing the same thing. You can see an axe, coming down upon the creature, or at least arcing in that general direction. You can see the creature has let's see, it's holding him with this. Sorry, cancel. It's holding him with that hand, and this one here is open palmed. And it looks like it's just kind of like Kalima, about to drive its claws into Snake's chest.
Can I flank it in any way to make my chances of hitting Snake slightly less?
Because of the spread with the shotgun,
No.
maybe not. But you can, again, you go for a cold 15, and you're aiming low, and you're trying to crotch to shin.
Well, if I don't do something, Snake's going to get hurt very badly.
Probably.
So if I end up shooting Snake, I end up shooting Snake. But at the same time, this thing needs to die now.
Okay, take the shot.
Cold shot, trying to hit the lower extremities.
Okay.
One of those is a 15.
One of those is 15. So okay, roll the damage. Roll the hit and damage. So you're assuming legs. So it's legs. No matter what you're shooting for, is legs.
Okay. And that is terrible.
Yep.
And I probably did not have time to load shredder rounds. Because
no, I just assume that you usually say that you do. So
yeah.
This is regular ammo. So it's at least 3 piercing. Snake, you can see sparklies. Best way to describe it, coming from its legs.
I mean, at the very least, this isn't going to penetrate Snake's armor. At least I don't think it will.
No.
Mm-mm. No.
So and you can catch as your head swings around. You can catch forms coming from the inside the red rocket. Guys are down to 2 action points.
Okay.
We're dead.
No. Okay. So Saval, you come out. Do you wish to take a shot? That'll burn out the last 2 points that you got. Okay. So same thing, Sally. Do you wish to run over and go, Sally, smash?
Not particularly.
Okay, fair enough. So it is swinging on you, Snake, as you're swinging on it.
Okay. Actually, instead of swinging on it, what I would rather do, and if I can't do this, that's fine. What I would rather do is take Chunky Boy out and literally shoot it point blank.
If it wasn't holding you, yes.
But I
and
can't
don't
do
you
that
have
with
an
the
injured
hold.
left arm?
Yeah.
So that would also affect you too.
Yeah.
No good.
But you're not gonna be able to one-hand it.
Okay.
At least, no. Sorry.
Okay. All right. I will attack with the axe then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you got points back.
Yep.
3. Okay. So 9 piercing, 9 damage.
And location.
To the torso. Right in front of me.
It drives its hand into your chest.
Ooh.
Kalima.
5 piercing,
Does it take
9 damage, 5 piercing.
Okay. I will take 6 damage.
Take 8 as it releases you up as it hits you. You actually fly and impact against the side of the lip of the roof of the red rocket, and then drop down.
Run away!
Oh.
The wind is knocked out of you, so it will be your
Crawl away!
your move action will be to stand up.
Okay.
You probably definitely need to see Saval with cracked ribs or technically a broken spine, but more than likely cracked ribs.
Okay.
And you have a fist-size imprint now in your chest.
Oh, okay.
You can see it turns and it's looking at the group, looking over at Sniper Snake, and it's with its other hand, and you can see that there's blood or ichor just pouring down. It reaches down and it grabs the centaur, and it looks like it's starting to turn and walk away. Over to you, Miss Gray.
So Snake is free at the moment, right?
At the moment, he is battered, but free.
Here's a novel thought. Let's let it leave.
Maybe you can't see us if we don't move.
We want to let it leave.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to kill it, I'll support you with that. But I mean, otherwise, I
don't want to kill it.
If it wants to leave, let's let it leave.
Because the risk is that I shoot it and it turns around and comes for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Snake's in full armor, and he took that.
How far away is Snake from me?
You can close your action to would move and get to him.
And how close is this thing to Snake?
Its action, if it moves, will close on the group. You guys are all within close range.
So what I'm wondering is if I run to Snake, will it turn around and come at us anyway?
It's on Snake's initiative. You can see don't know for certain. But right now, it appears to be attempting to drag one of the centaur bodies that it hasn't consumed, and is heading away from the group.
Let it go, let it go.
Yeah, I'll let it go.
Okay, so you make it over to Snake. You have your major action if you wish to. What do you wish to do with that? He is stunned at the moment, but you know Snake.
We'll be back up on speed and running at that thing in a moment.
Yeah, I'm stunned at the moment.
Yeah, no, he won't. So I have some bitter medicine on me.
Okay.
I'm gonna run up to Snake and pour it down his throat.
The whole thing?
Yep.
Okay. So Snake, you feel you're stunned, and now you do actually see little pink elephants, or sorry, little pink Brahmin dancing about. You can feel the cool air on your face. You can barely through the.
Would they be Brahmins or would they be little C2s?
Probably C2s.
Yeah, little tiny C2s just doing their little mole rat dance.
That sounds pretty cute. Can I watch?
and she
you're making me snort.
That's hot, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're saying Papa is an idiot. Papa is an idiot.
I actually think he's reciting something super intelligent.
You feel this bitter, warm liquid run down your throat. Because you emptied the entire thing, it's a full amount of hit points back. But you are you're
What?
all your mental stats just pretty much just tanked.
What's
I mean,
full
there wasn't
amount?
much there in the first place, so.
Yeah,
I mean,
are you
remember,
sure this
luck
doesn't
is more
somehow
of
make
a
him
metaphysical
smarter?
state.
No,
That
no, it'll take whatever's left and just go. Nope. Hey, guess what? Nah, it's not there anymore. It's been a while since we dealt with the bitter drink.
I have in my notes.
-1 perception or something like that.
Once. Sorry, I can read my notes.
Bitter
One
drink.
sip for 1 health, or 6 sips for 6 with a -6 on perception lasts for encounter duration.
So you get 6 hit points back. Your perception drops by 6 points.
I can't see a damn thing.
You can't see a damn thing.
Okay.
You have alcohol blindness poison. It's like you're doing Jello shots at like 180 proof.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
So, in my defense, I was trying to get him okay enough until Sabal gets here.
You did. He is okay enough.
Does that heal any injuries, or is that just hit points?
It's just hit points.
Okay.
Yeah. Saval's medicine roll will have to stop that part.
Okay.
So Sam, you see Miss Gray do that.
I'm keeping my eye on the creature.
Okay. Saval, what are you doing? Okay. You actually hold your hand up and kind of put your hand inside the T-Rex, footprint that's in his chest. You're like, oh fuck.
Hey, there's a heart. And some lungs. Oh, look.
You're like, oh look,
Well,
I
there-
can see
there
everything.
I don't think that's
Inside.
supposed to be over there.
His one arm is still glowing. It's got like this amber glow to it. He is, if you can describe how critically injured you are more so than I. You will do better justice than I will at this point.
I'm
He has
more,
all the boo-boos.
I'm more
Yes.
concerned by the fact that I can't see anything. I'm blind. I'm blind.
Can't see my eyes. I can't see my eyes.
Evelyn, I'm blind. Jesus.
Who the hell is Evelyn?
About that.
She might not be around anymore, so.
Thank you. Or sorry, think you're calling out Evelyn's name and going, I can't see.
The lights are going out. This is the end.
C2, where's my C2?
Liz, bring me my son. I need to tell him something before I die.
C2 gets everything. Spread my
I see.
ashes over the wasteland.
Ashes.
Goodbye.
You can see the creature stop, and it reaches down with its other arm. And you can, this is the one that is still bleeding heavily. As the glow from the energy damage to fire, that was, it cut through it like it wasn't even there. You realize as you're looking at it, it's pretty well armored, but it seems to be very weak to energy damage, or energy effects, I should say. It reaches down and it just goops up, driving the claw into the other centaur body, and so it's got one that it's dragging along by some limb or appendage. The other one, it's carrying it around like a giant meat popsicle.
Popsicle.
And it just continues walking into the waste.
I wave at it.
Oh, that's it. It's
Yeah.
on.
Oh!
Death, destruction, man.
It interprets that as a hostile act.
Yeah, there was some sort of deep insult.
Yeah, in its culture, waving is actually frowned upon.
Yes.
Finally, someone understands me.
It's people show their affection to each other by defecating on each other.
That's gross.
Why did you have to make a weird war paint?
Yeah, Warby.
Two abominations in a cup? I don't want to see that.
All tomorrow's. That's why I had to make it wear.
Next on my OnlyFans page. Oh, jeez.
All tomorrow's. No, it's a book.
Well, it
Literally,
could
one
be
of
a
the
movie too.
civilizations in that book is literally they defecate on each other to communicate.
Again, why'd you make
Each their own, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
You
Stay away
are
from me.
you are devoting brain cells to that thought. It's amazing.
I know, right?
I know.
You're with sorry, Saval, you're with Snake there. Snake's panicking because he thinks he's on the ticket punched on the last train west. No, it's okay. It's like, oh, for the love of God, you. As you talk him down off of the ledge
that I can't see.
that he can't see because he was ready to just end his life totally at that point in time. He is battered and beaten. Snake, beside, to the best of my knowledge, you have 3 injuries right now?
I have 2.
Go back and look. 2?
I have
Okay.
one to the left arm and one to the torso.
Okay. You can tell by his breathing, he's got some cracked ribs. You can tell by the way his arm is at it shouldn't be facing in that direction. Probably the only thing keeping it from going any further in that direction is the fact that he's wearing his armor. You need to make 4 medical rolls. The first 2 are you can re-roll either action point or luck die if you wish. The last 2 are whatever the effect is. That's what it is. If you want to buy extra action points, I think you guys got points.
Tourniquet.
Yeah, so.
I think it's 3 right now, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so. Tourniquet, amputate the head. Okay. Sam is always there looking out for Snake. The level of love between these two.
No. Let's be honest. Every time Saval has to make a large amount of medicine rolls, there's always one that gets completely flubbed.
Yep. 4. It's total 4. So let's stop with those 3, and then we'll go through the results. So we're in the process. You get Snake between you, Sam, and Misty. You're able to get Snake inside the bays.
I just watch.
Getting the fire going. So it's assuming more fuel. Deduct 2 common crafting materials as you use them to keep the fire burning nice and bright. You are able to remove the armor for on Snake's upper extremities. There's not a proper description, and there's not a proper way to describe the color of his chest. It's not black, it's not blue, it's you just discovered a new color, Snake. I mean, it's like a livid purplish gray brown. That is, just seems to, throb with, an eat of its own.
No, it's a good thing I can't see it.
Yeah, it's a good thing, yeah, it is.
We'll call the new color Death's Doorstep.
You can,
Yeah, there we go.
You can hear the, what the fuck is that? Type of, sound coming from the rest of the group as they're, looking at that. So you have, what is your radiation resistance for your arms, Saval? Okay, so you're okay. Sam, you're able to determine that it's his arm that is still lit up like a Christmas tree if you were looking at it with through the Geiger counter. You're able to remove it and get it off to the side away from the group. You can see that you're able to see that the glow, the amber glow the greenish glow that you're seeing for radiation is kind of slowly diminishing over time. But you don't take any radiation damage, Saval.
It won't be perpetually radioactive, will it? Because this has happened before.
It's not the toxic sludge. That was that had both been bad, results from that, but unfortunately, that armor. Well, that armor was trashed up until the point in time that the Farmer Handy doused it with the chemical reagents to remove the radiation. So, and that gives you, and that's a food for thought. If you ever get back to Bartelso, get the armor off of that one ghoul that was there, the police chief, get him to maybe douse that down and clean that up too.
And we'd have to store it in
something, yes, yeah, or tow it behind, or put it on, make a sled they tow behind the cart type of deal. Yes, but you're able to set his arm. Pull some metal bands out of the supply that you're carrying, deduct one uncommon crafting material, and you're able to make a metal splint to fix his arm at that point. If you are carrying, if you're carrying any form of comics, Daddio, you can hit him up with a dose of that to kind of mellow him out, given the fact that he's still panicking about his eyes.
I have some in my pack. If you want to use it, Saval.
I have 1 dose of Daddio.
Yeah, use one of mine.
I also have some Radway that we can use on him because he's probably. Did Snake actually take any radiation damage?
I resisted it all.
Yeah, he resisted it all. Yeah,
Awesome.
his armor was, that's why his armor is still glowing brightly, or dosed with heavy radiation. Snake, roll me 2 Pip Boys. Back over. Okay, so you're not addicted to the jet.
Oh, thank goodness.
Roll me a single Pip Boy.
Okay.
And you're not addicted to the Daddio.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, you feel yourself calming down. Your vision still hasn't returned, but from what Saval's saying, that's just a temporary thing. You can hear everybody around you kind of checking on you, poking you. You can feel
slapping on the head.
Yeah, C2 kind of nudges you in the chest. He nudges you in the chest, which sends a whole new level of pain shooting through your body.
Yeah, we haven't healed that one yet.
No, you actually watch him arc, and C2 kind of go stumbling back. And he's like, not realizing what he did.
I see many C2s again now. They're dancing all over the place.
Yeah, they're dancing all over the place.
Little Tweety birds flying around Snake's head. It's little C2s.
Yep. It's kind of like when Dumbo the elephant got drunk and saw all the other dancing elephants, except all the dancing C2s are dancing on your chest right now. It literally feels like Good and Plenty came over and kind of just sat on you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up C2 and tell him it's okay. He didn't mean to hurt him.
He doesn't quite understand, so he kind of just nuzzles in against you.
It's okay. You didn't hurt him. I know you didn't mean to.
Make your last medicine roll, Saval. Builds his hand slowly up.
Oh.
Up.
Do we have action points?
Looks like we got to amputate his chest. No, that would be a luck roll. So you can spend that point of luck, but that success or failure with this one will be it. There is no reroll for that one. Yeah, there is no other. Oh, you just reduce your luck by 1, and then just click the reroll die.
Rather than Saval using a luck point, could I substitute my medicine for his, or assist to cover up that.
What if you get a failure too?
Go ahead, give it a shot.
Because I think we've done that in the past.
Okay, so yes, yeah. I was like, well, the only thing I can do is, pretty much give him, tree pain. So he's about to drive a spike through his eyeball. Had to stop him from screaming. This will only hurt you for a bit. You step in quickly enough to assist. Damage to his chest is worse than what it is.
The Book of Quackery was a joke gift. It was not meant to be an actual medical text. I'm sorry that I did not tell you this before.
My every page had a duck on it. Deduct 2 stim packs. Full strength, not diluted.
Dude, do we have enough of those?
And you begin to relieve some of the fluid buildup on his chest. You do have to cut him open slightly to begin in your section of surgical tubing into him.
Are we going to need some medics for that?
Medics and a healing salve, yes, one of each.
I can contribute the medics.
You realize that Miss Gray and even Sally Sue, that the shape that Snake is in, it was a bit of touch and go for a minute there with everything.
I like how you said even Sally Sue.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I know you're like, well, yeah. Oh, he's still alive. Oh, well, damn.
Oh, good. At least there's that. Yeah.
I don't know how my power fist went off in your head. So you are able to stabilize him. He's sleeping comfortably at this point in time. Dawn is about hours away. Looking at the armor, Sam, you're like, oh, fuck. You're like, I'm not going to be able to buff that one out. The armor is not ruined, but it will take a little bit of work to bring it back up to effective strength.
Are we staying here for any amount of time to rest so that way Snake can recover? Because if so, I can pop a fusion core into the workbench and try and fix his armor.
That is entirely up to you.
I mean, is Snake in any shape to travel?
Doctor's orders.
We still don't have our armor on, right?
No, you got this entire time. You guys are pretty much helmets for as long as you wish to have them on. But no, other than road leathers or Miss Gray's military fatigues, that type of deal. You've had nothing else on beside that.
Sam's wearing his favorite jumpsuit. It has
Not even my
helmet.
helmet. Well, I have my helmet, right?
Yeah, you had your hood on.
Okay.
Yes, that's.
Okay.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you
I might
could
freak out.
you could easily throw your poncho on top of that, or your
Fine.
duster. So poncho, I think it is. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. No. That's Miss Gray's call. Great.
Hello?
Huh?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, is that me?
Yep, that's you. You're the.
Oh.
This is where you
Yeah,
become
what?
you make the adult decision. You're the responsible adult right now. So
Okay. Yeah, we're not going to travel until Snake's better.
okay.
And then in the morning, I'll put a fusion core into the workbench and see about fixing Snake's armor.
Sam, go ahead. Roll me that 6-sider.
6-sider.
Yep.
A normal 6-sider.
Normal 6-sider.
Just saying because Pilot Die is technically a 6-sider. Flash roll 1d6. There we go.
Well,
Crap.
Everybody takes 2 radiation damage, but you're
I'm not allowed to roll for food anymore.
That's the first time. Somebody else has been rolling all this time. You remember Snake has, I believe.
I think I rolled once and gave us radiation damage as well.
Hey, just remember, you've used up. You had 5 chances of radiation damage. You used 3 of them. So one's from now on will be. Once you get through all 5, ones will be something else. But the food that you're eating kind of gives you the runs.
Do I take it being unconscious as well?
You do, but I'm sure since everybody else is going to the source, you're able to, get that back too. So the 2 points of damage that you take is enough to, between everything everybody's taken, that depletes, the Brahmin for the day. So you're
okay.
Not quite back on track, unfortunately. The Snake, you do heal 4 points of damage from the food.
Okay.
Even though it is, suspect.
Mm-hmm.
You're awake. Your vision is you have a terrible hangover. Your head is pounding, as if you went, a couple rounds with Sally Sue and her power fist.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, your arms immobile. Just to taking a breath, you feel like somebody's driving nails through your lungs. Other than that, you're perfectly fine.
Yeah, I can see the light. Oh,
Yes, you can. It's as bright as all get out, but you can see the
I thought I was blind. I thought I
Hold
was
on.
dying.
Hold on, let me fix that. And I put a second eye patch over his other eye.
You just switch the eye patch to the other side. Oh my
So-
god!
No, I put a
I'm
second
better
eye patch on.
So now that I'm sort of conscious, someone be like, "Did you guys get that thing?"
Negative.
We let it run off because after what it did to you, yeah.
I value
Yeah.
my chest.
So I'd like to ask Snake what happened. Like, what was that thing? How did he get into a fight with it?
I have no idea what it was, but it was stealing our kills, and yeah, I wasn't having it. I was actually this close to killing it. I put my fingers really close to each other.
It looked
So I
perfectly fine
squeeze
when
his-
it walked off.
I squeeze his fingers together a little bit more and I say, it was this close to killing you.
I still can't see very well. Yeah, I can. So what happened after the fight then?
We brought you in here, and Saval tried to amputate your heart out of your chest.
Still there? Or
You do not have a
He
heart
starts
anymore.
looking down.
Well, hello there, big guy. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking for my heart.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do I still have like that tube in my chest, or do I just have like
You
sutured
still
up?
have you do have the tube in your chest.
So, well, what the hell is this? What's going on?
You had a collapsed lung.
Only one?
Thankfully.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll be fine then.
Is that how you thank the people who saved you?
Well, thank you, Saval.
There you go.
I'm going to bring up.
Yeah, if it weren't for me, you would have been the headless X-Men.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
I'm going to bring C2 to see him.
I throw a pencil at his head.
Make sure not to hit. Make sure you aim for the eyes.
Yeah, you get bonus caps if you get it into the eye hole.
Ooh, let me try.
C2 comes over and he kind of, looking at you sheepy and kind of trying to peer around, trying to see if he can see the other side of you.
As if to show that Snake is fine to C2, I walk over to Snake and I
kick him in the shins.
And I poke him very hard in the middle of the chest.
Oh, I'm like gonna
Not even I did that.
involuntarily react and like lash out at Sam to like get him away from me.
See, he's fine.
Oh,
you just watch C2 kind of spin on you and look at you.
He's fine.
Just a flesh wound.
Then C2 goes over and with his little poogie, he kind of whacks the tubing sticking out of you and it wiggles back and forth. And he goes over and just curls up underneath your armpit and goes to sleep.
Okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna fall back asleep too. Actually,
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the. Provided Snake's armor is no longer radioactive, I'm going to go ahead and fire up the crafting bench and start working on repairing that.
Okay. Yeah, the arm is fine. All required was a single repair roll to repair the damage to the arm. We'll get that back up and working. Or make it functional again for him. It's no longer radioactive. The radiation bled itself off overnight.
Okay, so single.
You do see several of those funny colored flowers growing around where the arm was sitting, though.
Ooh, can I eat them? Just kidding.
Sure. They do have little berries. The berries are like a.
Before Sally Sue eats them, I run my
reddish
pistol
yellow?
over them just to make sure they're edible.
Oh fuck no!
I'm not gonna eat them.
I'm not even mixing words with that. Sure, Sally. Here, have 5 or 6.
Candy.
It's like giving her V from the boys. Let's see what happens. Go ahead. Actually, no. Nobody's actually tried the berries before, so who knows?
boy.
In that
Are
case,
they radioactive? Is my question.
Yes, very much so.
I would think so. They just popped up, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
You guys know for people listening, they've encountered as far back as the railroad office these strange plants that grow. They have a tendency to they seem to, what group is able to determine, they seem to absorb the radiation in the air and surrounding areas and concentrate it in some form of either a bulb on the plant itself, which has a tendency to glow kind of like one of those lanterns that you see outside at night, or in this case in the form of small tiny berries, maybe about the size of like a strawberry, or that
That's not a small berry.
yeah, it's a decent size, but yeah, so still a berry nonetheless. They are, given the fact that they absorb the radiation, it's a good thing to have. I just wouldn't want to go, traipsing through a field of them in giant, hobnail boots.
Yeah, that'd be
Sam,
bad.
so your roll or cost you 1 rare.
Ah, crap.
But you're able to pull the arm back into the proper position, replace some of the armature to be able to get it fully functional. Looking at the chest, figure you could probably, I don't know about buffing it out, but you can probably pull it back into shape, drill a couple holes and kind of pop it back in. That will be 2 rolls.
Oh, fun.
Failure is permanent.
Well,
Okay.
It's gone.
One more.
Well,
Okay.
it's gone.
So you are working diligently. You're working on it. You are able to pull the plating back into some form. Unfortunately, there is a weak spot in the chest. So, Snake, your chest armor is 1 less in damage reduction. There is no chance to repair that. Physical, sorry, just physical.
Only physical. Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
look on the bright side. At least you can wear it now.
Does cost you 1 rare and 2 common materials to repair. The common crafting, the common is in the form of the screws that are holding everything in place when you pop it out. The rare is in the form of lead that you have back into it to replace the material that was cracked and shattered the blow. Also, Snake, note that your chest cannot take another hit like that. So
So in other words, he should be trying to replace it as soon as possible.
Probably. So that would be Oakallville once you're able to actually, or some other place. Once you're able to Oakallville, once you're able to buy and sell there, which will probably be dust season when that comes back again.
Okay.
But for right now, so by damage meaning you take more than 12 points of damage to your torso, that gets through, or you're not sorry, 7 points. Yeah, more than 8 points of damage to your torso in a single physical attack. You could somebody could open up with a 50 cal and shoot you. You take 8 points of damage. You'll be able to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody goes along and kind of takes a super sledge to your chest, the armor is it's hurting.
Okay.
Or Sam, you're stuck where you are working for the entire day. Snake, you're resting. C2 is sleeping with you. That leaves Saval. You're checking on Snake, but you, Sally Sue, and Miss Gray have some time to yourself. So, what, if anything, would you like to do?
So this is the next day, right?
Correct.
So I would like to go back out to where the creature was.
Okay.
And see if I can see anything. I don't know, just something to try and figure out what that thing was and why it was here and where it was going and all that stuff.
Make me
I'll go with her.
Okay. So the two of you go out. Both of you make me 2 perception survival rolls. You guys get a point back with that one. Miss Gray, one more roll. Okay. So, looking around, you go back to the scene of the fight. Some things you can retrace in your steps. You can see the spot where the rock is all scuffed that Snake kind of either jumped up to or climbed onto to get a better shot at it. Sally Sue, you can find in the ground scattered about sections of chitin or bone. The horns that I described that when Snake had struck the creature in the head, where his axe bit deeply in. So there's spikes and spurs and whatnot that have been sliced off, burned. They have you can feel a little bit of warmth even now coming through or gloves. Yeah. So you have power pistol on one, non-power pistol on the other. So one hand is the power pistol on it, Sally. So you're able to, so you can feel there's a bit of warmth coming through it at that point in time.
Okay.
You're able to can see that where those it was eating the bodies or consuming the bodies of centaurs that you had fought. You had cleared this place. They two of them were reduced to pretty much just scraps and the viscera that was left behind. The other two, yes, the same said the same thing. The other two are missing. They're just physically not. Miss Gray, you can see that there are footprints coming from, and I'll switch the map back over for you guys. You can make out where it was coming from in the general direction. Let's switch to the macro map. That out. You guys are where the dots are. It came almost directly north. So I'm not saying Frogtown, but it came from, at least it would have been traveling in that general direction.
That's not Lulu, is it?
Oh God, I think that would make short work of Lulu.
Oh, okay.
Lulu is an albino.
That's what I
Super
thought.
mutant behemoth. So actually, that would be a fight that you guys, it's kind of like, hey, what do you fight a giant dragon with? A giant demon.
Huh,
So,
okay. All right.
Yeah, that would be a fight to see at that point. But no, that was not Lulu. Unless she was wearing a Halloween costume. Looking. It's great. Looking in the general direction, it's traveling south. So it's somewhere, it's off that far. You don't see it on the horizon. Looking over in the general direction of Mew Mew Mew, would swear on a stack of Dr. Quackery's, Guide to the Wasteland, that you saw flashes of light. Look again. Can't make it. Without even if you go back in, grab Sabal's rifle and come back out and scope it up, or Sam's, even if he kill you for taking it. Don't see anything when you look in that general direction again. But for that briefest moment, it wasn't like something reflecting. It was like a bright flash and nothing. Another bright flash and then nothing.
So I will go back inside. I'm going to tell the rest of the group what I saw.
Okay.
I follow her, of course.
Okay. So she shares that with everyone there.
Anybody have any ideas what that could be?
That thing?
Well, specifically, I'm talking about the flashes of light.
I wasn't out there. I didn't see him.
She described it to you.
I'm describing them to
Awesome.
He's thoroughly enthralled in the armor work.
you. I know.
He's like,
do you want a working chest plate or not? It could be chem lightning. It could be that there are more of those creatures and that they talk by blinking at each other with their eye beams.
Like Sasquatch.
Could be.
Is that the direction we're heading?
No, you guys are heading east.
We're headed to Mew Mew Mew, and then from there onto the Powder Monks.
Yeah. This thing was heading south. So there's something going on to the east. You just don't know what's going to, Don't know what it is going on over there.
And how far away was it? You said?
Oh, it was
Okay.
at somewhere in Mew Mew Mew. Somewhere within, among the building and everything like that you saw.
Are we sure we want to head to Mew 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 now? I need to do it. It's a COG facility. We were just going to investigate because we heard phone calls and radio transmissions coming from there.
Yeah, you got that cryptic message from the kids about the bad men coming. And then, oh yeah, that was back in
Yeah.
That was back in the whatchamacallit, the when you were in the prepper camp, when you were at the
Glen Meadows.
Jews.
Yeah.
Yep. Around that time, yeah.
Yes, when C2 finally revealed to everybody that he could read by taking out a little monocle and putting it on.
I say, you all look like a bunch of idiots here.
I mean, honestly, that's probably what he says all the time.
Except for me, imperfect.
Honestly, he probably just says, stay away from the crazy Brahmin lady.
Dear.
So yes, you were heading in that direction. It's also, as Sam mentioned, a COG facility. So there may be prime loot there, or at least extra line your pockets with.
I mean, we know that further to the south, COG is an active faction. We've had that confirmed to us by Drusilla and other sources.
Yep. So, I mean,
How's Snake's recovery coming?
I don't know how many points he is back right now.
Snake?
How many points?
How hurt are you still? So.
I am at 23 health, which is about 2/3. Both injuries are done. So, I mean, I'm serviceable.
You'd be walking wounded.
Serviceable.
Yeah, but not much worse than average. Yeah, I'm probably still wearing a splint. I assume I still have that tube in my chest too.
That he'll be able to take out.
Oh, okay.
Just out of curiosity, how many charges have I used on the workbench?
3.
Is 3? Okay, I'll subtract 3 from all my fusion cores.
I mean, I'm guessing I could walk at this point. I guess that's up to Zavala as to where I am. Okay. You want to give me a hand? See if I can get up. Do I need to roll for this? See if I can get up?
Make an endurance athletics roll.
It's athletics. Okay. Athletics. And that is not a tag skill.
He passed.
There you go. Yeah, you're able to be up. You're up and about. You're a little weak from just not so much laying around, but just from the overall, the amount of damage done to your body.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that your body's not isn't exactly used to you taking that amount of damage.
Mm-hmm.
At the risk of inflating your ego even more than it already is, lesser wastelanders would be dead.
Yes.
Yeah, getting picked up and tossed around like a doll. That doesn't happen too often.
No.
Like I said, I was this close to killing it.
Yes, and it was this close and I hold my fingers together to killing you.
Is anybody not upset that it took our kills?
No.
Were you going to eat a pair of centaurs that were, in all likelihood, poisonous?
I mean, maybe they would have been useful.
At this point, I say no. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well,
You might be interested in covering yourself with gore. And that might be the reason why you're so invested in destroying the loot that we want so badly to take. But the rest of us actually want that loot.
well, I can move around if you guys are wanting to head out, or I'm good. I'm feeling okay.
Because we are headed to the Powder Monks, correct?
Mew Mew Mew.
Mew, mew, mew.
Yep.
Mew first, then Powder Monks.
Yep.
How many days are we?
You guys are with the rest period that you just took. You'll be starting the. Somebody can roll me a 6-sider, but you'll be starting the fifth. You're to your 5th day of food.
Yeah. Yeah, I currently have 26, so if somebody rolls a 6-sider, I can mark down 2 damage resistance.
That's actually reroll a d20.
Reroll a d20?
Yep, you get one. Yeah, for a scene for this entire day. That's your second 2 that you rolled.
Okay.
Yep. So the idea was to go to Mew Mew Mew, see what you could find, scavenge, learn, and then swing north. You figure it'll be about maybe a week to 10 days to get to the Powder Monks from there. And then from the Powder Monks to campus will be easily probably in another 10 to 14, 2 weeks. So you would the goal was to, depending on what you guys did at the Powder Monk, or not, sorry, at the campus, get your food, they journey wherever else you're going back from the campus. Yeah, whatever, pillaging, air quote, that you guys do. You're able to refill water at Powder Monks, so that's no problem there, but food would be the limiting factor.
Yeah, so if Snake is good enough to walk,
Yeah.
I think we can start heading towards Mew Mew Mew.
Okay. So Snake, you heal another 4 points. This will be over the course of the day, but you'll get your 4 points back.
Okay.
Actually, you're not taking radiation, so you'll get 4 points. Yeah, be consistent with.
Sam has to wear the baby Bjorn.
Yep.
I can't wear it.
Nope.
No. So even with the armor repaired, him bouncing against his chest would not be the most pleasant experience, if you will.
But he would do it for C2.
Yeah.
What does C2 think about all this?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I bet
He's
mad.
not overly happy, but he, with a little coaxing and a couple Scooby snacks, you're able to get C2 into, climb up and, ride on Sam's chest.
Yeah.
And you find, oh God, yeah, that's even better. You find yourself back on the open road, heading in that general direction towards Mew Mew Mew. You figure it's probably a day, probably 2 days total, to get there. Your pace is slightly slowed. Nick is ambulatory. Yes, he's able to move, but he's not exactly, racing ahead, going, "Hey, look at me doing cartwheels." Sam, as you're traveling, you scan the horizon. You can see, again, in the general area, Mew Mew Mew. You can see the scream wings and the the razor wings, just lazily riding the thermals, diving in, down every once in a while. The view from the highway, the section of the highway cuts through the massive crater that's there.
Are the stream wings and the razor wings circling us, or just in general?
That's a very good question. They're circling. So you count probably the same 10 to 15 of each. And they're, either, every once in a while, one or two dives down. And there's usually an equal number then filling the air in place of that.
Hmm.
I have the better viewpoint of the entire group, and I'll describe this, then I like to grab a break.
Okay.
So, sorry. Roll me a 6-sider. Somebody. Doesn't matter who.
Is this for food?
This is for food.
Yeah, just
Somebody
not
else
Sam.
do it. Somebody else do it.
Somebody else other than Sam.
Here, I'll
Yeah.
do it. I'll do it this time. This is gonna be 6-sider. Okay.
3.
So the
Temporary
group,
hit points.
group gains a temporary action point. Yep. So you guys at whatever action points that you have, but you can right now go up to 7 and 6.
Temporary. I thought it was 3 temporary hit points.
Okay. I will. That's fine. I will. Let's do this.
If you want one additional action point, that's also good.
Let's do this. We're going to cut that. We're going to put this line, put that in. Okay, so that gives everybody 3 temporary hit points. So this is what I have, and we'll go with this going forward. So a 1 is 2 radiation damage.
Right.
That 3 times. A 2 is you get the reroll 1d20 per scene. You use that 2 times.
I have that as 2 damage resistance.
For 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, R plus 2. That's fine. 3 I have now is 3 temporary hit points. So everybody has 3 temporary hit points.
Yep.
That will be gone at the end of the day. Snake, you'll heal 4. So what do you have at number 4?
Reduces AP cost of extra actions by 1 to a minimum of 0. So I guess it stacks with Jet.
For all intents and purposes, it is Jet. So yeah.
Great.
Okay, what do you have for 5?
Allowed to re-roll for 1 test. And I have 3 of those.
Roll. 20. And let's see, that's. What do you have for 6?
Completely heals, but will not heal rads.
Okay, so. Okay. Right now, everybody's got 3 temporary hit points. Sam, make me a perception small guns roll.
Perception.
You're all traveling. The
Small
ground is
guns.
hard packed, cracked in most areas.
Thanks, skill.
You can see. Get an action point.
I think we were already full, so at this point, so
Okay. So the ground here and there is coming back. There is, greenery here. Minor, very minor, more like weeds and moss growing on a rock.
Is it enough to feed the Brahmin?
No,
not yet.
It's in the very early stages, at least in this area. Maybe different, based upon the map that we're on right now, the greener areas will get green. Will get back up and running faster, go green faster. The ones that actually show crops or fields will have probably the first we'll probably in maybe another 2 weeks have an initial harvest. That's how fast the ground rebounds in this area.
Got it.
C, as you're around a small hill, the area with Hecate, and the green wings and the razor wings. Not just a dozen or so that you see in the air. There's probably close to 40 or 50 scattered across the ground, hopping back and forth among what appears to be, best way to describe it, brown leaves blown by the wind. Zooming in, going to maximum that your scope is capable of doing. Realize that they're bodies scattered about the not one big building as it shows on the map there. There is at least, it takes a moment because the concrete spray kind of blends into one another, but there's probably 8 buildings there.
So we see 8 buildings. We see bodies between the buildings.
You can see things moving also among the bodies, among the buildings and the bodies. Your best guess is they're probably, they don't appear to be walking like a human being would. So your best guess are the ghouls.
Mm.
You can't be certain until you get, again, you're just seeing little stick figures wandering around at that point in time.
Right, and with the proximity to that crater, ghouls would make a lot of sense.
And then, briefly, it's a trick of it'd be a trick of the eye. Maybe a bit of sweat running down your eyeball, over your eye as you're staring through. You blink and it's gone, but you could swear on a stack of, congressional lying, Meat Easy books that you saw a flash of light, but it was like
Again.
Yeah, he did. Yes, it's like 3 rapid blinks.
Was it green? Like radioactive green?
No, like a bright iridescent yellow.
Bright iridescent yellow. Okay.
It wasn't a spark. It wasn't like lightning. So it wasn't
maybe
like it wasn't arcing. You're not sure. You really, like I said, you blink and look in that same spot and there's nothing there.
Mm.
You figure it's going to be another day before you're close enough. And figured there's some sort of barrier around the complex, only because of the fact that some spots that you're looking at has like this hazy blackish color to it. Maybe like a fencing or that type of deal. You can really tell like I said, at this distance. So, and you begin the slow plodding forward to close on that. And with that, I'd like to grab a couple minutes and I'll be right back, folks.
Okay.
Okay.
Personal problems.
It's just that diabetes.
Sniper went to get water.
Yeah, Sniper just walked away. waiting on you.
Okay, I'm back.
About time.
About time.
Heavens rejoice.
Oh,
Hello.
Ah!
okay. So, back for a little break that we took. So we are now pretty dot on. Little green and blue dot. The group has covered the distance. The 3-point bonus points that you would have got, you went off. Somebody roll me a 6-sider for A, and this is what we'll have for night and next time when we. Okay, so any damage that the party has taken is fully healed.
Oh,
Any
Rejoice
rad
Snake,
damage
you
that you
have been
have.
healed.
All right.
Any rad damage that you've taken is still on, but consider the fact that you've probably dropped 6 points of radiation damage at the point in time, so you can heal 6 points back if you have any on you.
I don't think I've been fully healed in like months. It's amazing.
Might have been a year.
I wonder why.
Oh, wow. It's a good feeling.
Or picking fights
I
with
might
things
get-
that are literally 4 or 5 times your size.
I might give this scar that I have on my chest now a nickname.
C2's regret. C2's remorse.
Okay. Yeah, this will be C2's remorse. Okay.
Yes, because because C2 nearly lost his papa.
So you all see the same thing at this point. Some of you can see it a little better through your scope of your weapons, if you have any. But you are looking at a total. So there's a choked road that you are traveling on. The rusted out hulks of cars placed sitting there. There are 2 large immobile metal boxes blocking the road. At least one of them has some sort of tube sitting on top of it. Beyond that, you can see a small concrete blockhouse. The remnants of heavy mesh or heavy metal fencing goes all around the area that you can see. Don't make out the because there's stuffage to it, fluttering in the breeze. Barbed wire still adorns the top of it. Strands, snapped and shattered. Skeletal remains dot the area, wrapped in it. Looking in, you can see that there are at least 6 buildings you can definitely make out. As you're closer, you don't have the height advantage, so you can't farther in. 2 of them are 3-story buildings. Everything else is the 1-story building. Can't make it out, but there was signs, metal signs posted here and there. They've been, sandblasted or acid range. Take out a secondary road leading into the obvious, bomb crater that is on the map there. Take out another road out from the south towards where it says Mew 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 Cog, or the signage on the map is. Each one of those also has, cars. It looks like they were trying to get in, blocked on the road. Large metal boxes, sitting there in the middle. Angular and rectangular.
Is it a container?
As you can see the Scream Wings dancing about both on the ground and in the air. Same thing with the Razor Wings. You can all but Miss Gray. You guys can, as you're communicating back and forth, you realize that Miss Gray, you can hear the group talking to it. You can realize the group is talking to each other by gestures and the helmet bobs and everything like that. But for whatever reason, at least in your helmet, it's dead silence. Check the radio. You have a charge, but for whatever reason, not getting any. Can't hear anybody talking back and forth.
Can I try changing to a different channel or frequency or whatever to see if
you can.
that... Okay.
You hop through the ones that you guys have used before. You're not even getting static or squelch. So your best bet is the repairs that you did to the helmet from when you took the headshot before. Something's come loose or broke in your travels. Sally Sue, because you don't have a helmet like the rest of the group, you're able to hear the cacophony of noise from the flying predators as they either fight over whatever scraps are on the ground or fight among themselves as they take to the air. Every once in a while, and you all can make out the ghouls. Every once in a while, one of them will strike a ghoul and tear into it. And occasionally it doesn't get away as the ghoul latches back out and kind of brings, one of the birds down.
I don't like those
Few and
sounds.
far between. No, it isn't a very pleasant noise. I mean, it is, worse than like that high pitched fire siren type of noise that that they make as the Scream Wings come diving in, claws out, talons out to rake across whatever they're going for.
Is anybody paying attention to us?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, look, the ghouls and the animals don't seem to be paying any attention to you. The ghouls are wandering from here and there. Everybody sees this at the same time. From one of the far buildings, you can see radio antennas and little radar dish and whatnot on top of it, or nearby, attached to it, and you can see a series of flashes of light, and just watch a half a dozen birds and ghouls just disappear into a bloody mist. As you using the scopes of your weapons, and Sam and Saval, you can relay this. Sitting on pedestals outside this building are 4 massive domes. 3 of them have single emitters coming out of them. One has 4 emitters coming out of it, and you just watch the balls rotate to the left, rotate to the right, and back again. And then they some sort of hydraulic or kind of drops them down, so they go almost flush to the ground.
Did they look at us?
No. You guys are just approaching the roadblock. You're able to see this before they're dropping down just as your vision, your ability to see them, and their ability to see you kind of drops away. Passing through the cars, there's nothing to salvage or strip. Most of them look like they've been stopped, not because they've ran out of gas or their power cells were ran out of fuel or powered down. And it looks like they were stopped by heavy automatic fire.
Ah.
So approaching the two metal boxes, they're angular in shape. Both of them have U.S. Army written. You can make out on the sides that aren't too exposed to the elements, but there's some sort of vehicle. You're guessing some sort of heavy caliber weapon was mounted on the one that was the giant rod or pipe that you saw.
Ooh. Are these the vehicles that might have shot up the other vehicles?
Probably.
Are we able to access these vehicles?
You step around to the back, and yes, both two massive plates are dropped down. You're able to climb inside and look around.
For all intents and purposes, these are the APCs.
Yes.
These are a pair of Army APCs.
Pair of some sort of military transport vehicles. Yes, there are hard benches in there. The wood that was used on the bench is long since disintegrated, so you can just make out the barely held together mesh frames. Anything of use or salvage is long since gone.
Got it.
200 plus years of exposure to the elements is just did a number on them. You might be able to salvage plate. If you come in with a welding key, welding tools.
Once we have the battle bus up and running, we'll come back here and get some armor. Got it.
Could be. Yep. As you approach the block, and there are skeletal remains in several of the vehicles. Only because of the fact you find a femur here, rib cage there, a couple skulls here, that type of deal. You step up to the guardhouse.
Do we see anybody? Guardhouse?
From where you are, no, you see nobody there. There is you're looking straight ahead. You see a concrete slab wall going about 7 feet high. You can see that there is a thin, maybe 8 to 10 inch slit cut across that. It's dark inside. Can see that as you approach where the gate would have been, there is a opening, or a glass window or whatnot would have been, and a door. And looking inside, you can see, other than the fact that the area is, the inside are, pockmarked, from gunfire. There's nothing inside. Trash, debris, but no people or anything like that.
But that machine that we saw shoot the things out of the sky, the flashes from that matched the pattern of the flashes we've seen previously.
You believe so?
Yeah, I mean, we'll walk up to the guard tower. There doesn't appear to be anybody here, but...
Okay.
Sure.
Right now, your vision of that other building is being blocked. Figure that if it fires or if it engages, it's based upon what comes within line of sight. So you can hop between buildings, if you will. The two closest buildings, which are directly in front of you, are completely collapsed. You can see that there are partial remains of walls, but anything in interior, there's furniture sticking up, desks, a broken chair, table, that type of deal. But buildings have completely, given up the ghost. Your nearest, but it gives you rubble to hide behind. Your nearest building to get into is one of the 3-story structures. That is the equivalent of a long run across the compound, or into the compound. There are smaller buildings. There's smaller buildings, so directly to your right. And the building I just described, the 3-story building, is directly ahead. The building that you would probably want to approach or get into, where the birds and all the dead bodies are scattered about, is to your left.
Because we basically don't know if this thing's going to fire at us as soon as it sees us. It's not
Correct.
shooting at the ghouls walking around. You said it shot the birds.
No, it did. When it fired. When it fired, it didn't seem the birds, based upon what you saw, are right next to it. It fired when the ghouls came within sensor range, line of sight. The birds were just collateral damage.
Sam Saval, do either of you guys recognize what kind of contraption this is?
Do I?
Yeah.
Make a.
Becky.
Hold on, let me look at a character sheet. You can make an energy weapon intelligence roll.
Energy weapons intelligence. Okay.
Anybody can. Anybody with energy weapons can make a roll.
Got it.
Energy intelligence.
Got nada.
Okay.
Nada.
Ooh.
And like, it's a big gun. So I was like, no. It's not just any big gun. That's a Bevelwatt 9000. It's obviously calibrated to fire at ground targets instead of anti-aircraft fire. It was used during the beginning of the war to specifically shoot down Chinese drones. Well, if you guys didn't need action points, you got them now.
He probably knows the serial number off the top of his head.
Manufactured in the year 2071. They were used specifically in the Sino Chinese War of 2072.
I give Saval a thumbs up.
Yeah, really. I mean, I rolled intelligence energy weapons and I rolled intelligence science. What he's saying is just going. He's just bombarding me with information. I'm feeling threatened.
You like it.
I want to say, for the love of God, we don't need 2 Sams.
Is this how Snake feels? I don't like it. I should put Snake out of his misery.
Then when Saval goes to sleep, I will just. I'm sorry. What was that, Saval? Click.
So I asked Saval, I said,
Small word, Saval, like cat and the, please.
can it be set to shoot anything that moves?
Yes. It will shoot at anything that moves.
Because it's us.
From what you were able to glean, there used to be things that flew, like bots and so forth that you've seen, maybe bigger things. These were designed to shoot them down. The fact that it's doing this to stuff that's walking on the ground means somebody at some point in time reprimed it to not shoot the stuff in the sky, but to shoot the stuff going for a walk.
Is there an intercom anywhere? Like just a little intercom on the wall or something, or a phone?
You would have to get into one of the buildings. I'm sorry, I talked over you, Miss Gray. What was that?
Oh, you're asking like at the guardhouse, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've moved past the guardhouse though. As you were saying, Phoenix, we'd have to check a building.
Yes.
Because it's still us and the Brahmin. I don't think we can move the Brahmin quickly enough between buildings.
No.
This thing
That's my concern.
If you avoid the building directly in front of you, the big 3-story building, and head directly to your right, you're away, you'll have enough intervening block of line of sight that you can put the Brahmin in one of those once you clear it and make sure there's nothing, ghouls wandering around, obviously. But you can probably clear that and get into that building and leave them there. Because yes, you are, Miss Gray, you are absolutely correct. They are much larger targets with a much bigger bullseye painted on them.
Yeah, bigger, slower. Yeah.
They're also both incredibly valuable.
Yeah, full of stuff. Yeah.
I mean, full of stuff. The fact that 2 healthy pack Brahmin, those are kind of valuable.
And you got the cart too.
I mean, Good and Plenty might have some mental issues, but I mean, still a healthy Brahmin. I'm so sorry.
It's got mad cow disease.
Ah.
See what I did there?
Ah.
You could have. Yeah.
Yeah, but we've also displaced everything that's on the sled, like the fission battery.
It's better to make them walk.
Yeah,
no,
in
he's
the
fine enough to
WZ100. Things that are kind of large and heavy and valuable.
Well, hey.
Right now, you guys are kind of so. Right now, you guys are holding a conversation without your helmets on, because Miss Gray actually kind of had to stop everybody and take her helmet off, and you realized from talking with her that something she's got a wire loose.
Yeah, you'll have
Her
to
helmet,
fix
not
this
her.
later. So.
Let's
so what I did there?
let's.
You're so funny.
Let's at the very least get the Brahmin into one of the buildings that we can access from here, or somewhere relatively
Now you
safe.
all hear the cacophony of the scream wings and the razor wings, and the occasional mooning of the ghouls.
Oh, I thought that was Snake.
That could be too.
Yeah, I
he
feel like
could be
I've been
among his
moaning
fellow
the whole way.
talking back.
Oh.
Okay, stop. That was my bad.
Look,
You don't wanna hear
those
Snake
two
moan?
those two
No.
have red solo cups.
Red solo cup.
Oh, I'm.
Cup. Ah.
Thumbs up, Saval.
Hear the grin in Ball's voice.
Yeah, let's get the Brahmin into a safe place, please.
Okay.
And you have Sam ignoring us all.
Yes, I'm focused on the important thing, like making sure that the Brahmin don't die.
No, I guess that's important.
Yeah.
So you take. Sorry. I'm assuming you're going to take the lead, but the first building that you come across is, again, every building here is concrete. You see that this building has a large, faded, barely legible letter F painted on the side of it. So just remember where you left the Brahmin. You're in building F.
Okay, make a note. Brahmin are in building F.
Okay, so you enter into the corridor. You have to. There is some light shining here and there. It looks like from sections where the ceiling has collapsed in, but for the most part, you're in complete and total darkness. You have to, even switching to low light, you're barely getting anything to any ambient light to pull in. No, you got enough to see, but it's kind of tough.
Yeah, I don't like this.
You head down the corridor, sweeping to the left and to the right. Your shoes echo on. You can feel the vibration that is, stepping across the cracked and pitted concrete. Looking into rooms, some contain remnants of desks or tables. Many are stripped completely bare. Some are filled, choked full of the ceiling that came down. Find yourself in a large enough room. Probably leave them there. From the looks of it, it's probably a mess hall for the personnel stationed here. Anything of use or salvage is long since gone. You guys can do a sweep of the entire building F. I'd absolutely not walk away with. A short jog, literally, one action, one minor action to get to building C, which is the building directly across the way. There's a small, low retaining wall. Looks like a little courtyard. Benches, desiccated remnants of trees. This area, greens up obviously from the look of it. You're able to clear, get to that and get across. Looking out through the remnants of some of the windows, you can see the other guard shack. You can see the other military transports that were utilized to, block the road. You can't. Do see some vehicles on the road there. How they could have been stopped the same way, you're not exactly sure. See some smaller open topped vehicles inside the remnants of the fencing that are also they're sitting buried in the dust and debris. Does the group wish to head across to the other side to building C?
I mean, if we're not on the line side of the turrets.
No, inside the buildings you don't seem to be. There's no weapons fired directed against you at that point.
Yeah.
Buildings. I'm
I'll
sorry.
run across. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll run to the next
Why
one.
not?
Okay. So you guys hustle across. Building C is almost a building F that you're just in. Similar layout, similar sets of rooms. Everybody make a perception survival roll.
I am still on high alert.
Me too.
My rolls have been absolute shit tonight.
That's okay. Good. There we go. And now I can pay attention. Okay, so you're in the next building. Again, same sort of layout, offices, remnants of like a barracks area, the mess hall and such. You can see that there is. It looks like the kitchen was used rather recently. A short while ago. Butchered remains of nearly 30 bodies reside within here. This looks like the stuff that was not, wouldn't have been, air quote, taken for consumption. And it's kind of, there's like bloat flies and rag roaches and everything just, moving about in that room.
So butchered as in chopped up for meat?
Yes.
Okay.
Neat.
This is getting very gory. Just remember, Soylent Green is people.
You find one carrot that still seems to be edible.
Ooh.
Don't give it to Snake.
He needs it for his eyesight.
Actually, yeah, give it to Snake.
Okay.
And I just imagine Snake's now crunching on the carrot while we're walking around.
What's up, Doc?
I don't think I've ever seen a carrot. I don't know what to do with it.
You've seen carrots. Carrots are commonly grown throughout the wasteland.
Well, you managed to find Nuka-Cola.
Ooh.
Still in the machine.
Okay.
Not cold, but it is still, it's untouched.
Just a regular bog standard Nuka-Cola?
Just a regular bottle of standard Nuka-Cola. Sam, you find as you're looking through the items that might have belonged to the bodies that are butchered in here, but you find a small, like a hard shell pouch that would have been like a combat weapon or an army belt with 45 caliber rounds inside. 12 total.
How many?
12.
45. Okay.
I think you find a pipe wrench.
Okay.
Could be a tool. You could beat somebody to death with it. I mean, it's a decent size. It's probably a good 2.5 foot long.
Yeah, at least I found something useful.
Yeah.
Very good.
Unlike a carrot.
Exactly.
You don't remember the fields of carrots that they used to grow back home?
What do I find?
You find 3 common crafting materials and a pipe revolver.
Well, that's boring.
Like the 3
Yay.
common crafting materials on the list.
Thank you.
And I gotta, Miss Gray, hey, surprisingly, in the bathroom, find a magazine.
Ooh.
What kind of magazine?
The best
Hey,
kind.
it's not jugs.
Not safe for work.
Jugs.
Please not ghoul porn. Please
Oh,
not
hey,
ghoul
this-
porn.
This is a book for either Sam or Snake. It's called Meeting People, a magazine that those people lacking social grace.
Yeah, I really need that one.
Meeting.
I think Sam needs it
The
more.
Meeting People magazine advertises itself as a primer for social interaction. Give them tips on how to make friends, dating advice, guidance on building confidence, and spotting social cues.
Oh,
Which issue?
wow.
They're all kind of do the same. So it's the perk is once when you roll 1 or more complications on a speech test, you can ignore those complications. If you learn this perk as a permanent, you can do it once per scene.
When you roll 1 or more complications on a speech test,
And you asked what issue, so
you may reroll.
issue 86.
Also sounds like it might be a good one for Sally Sue, since she's the communicator of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the highest charisma, right?
9.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah,
You say that's
Sally
pretty good,
Sue.
but I mean, remember, she's also been repeatedly clearing out every single settlement we visit.
Right,
Okay.
I just thought she was rolling really well. I didn't realize it was a 9.
Can you go over what it does one more time, please?
One moment, let me pull it back up. Oops, wrong book. There we go. So the perk is if you read the book, you can use it once, or magazine. When you roll 1 or more complications on a speech test, you can ignore that You can ignore those complications. If you choose, and it's a once and done, so you have to read it. It works for you, then you can't use it again. You can opt to learn it as a perk, and you can do this once per scene, and it changes it to once per scene. So that means if you were back in town, let's say Oakallville, the entire night which is the scene, you can use it the entire time while you're there.
And I can only use it it's only one use, or
Yeah, it's only one. So normally you got to read it. So let's see. Let's go to a magazine. Read a magazine grants a temporary perk bonus, which is good for 1 single test, so forth and so on. Once you use it, it's used up. If you
Okay.
find another magazine of the same kind that does, that goes along and gives you the same bonus, then you can read that magazine and learn the same thing again.
Okay,
If you opt to spend it as a perk and buy it permanently, then it's always with you, and it's usable for all intents and purposes. It's usable for that entire night.
I'll wait until I'm actually in somewhere where I can use it.
Okay.
You guys don't mind if I take the magazine then?
No, I don't.
Okie
Are you saying you talked us into it?
Nah. I passed my speech test, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Oh.
even I feel bad about that.
I know.
That's big.
Well, I
Thumbs
mean,
down, Sabal.
given that you fixed me up.
I'd like to note that C2 sees you do this and is immediately incensed.
Yeah, he's
You better sleep with one eye open, Sabal.
he will cut you.
And I just started giving C2 little scratches on the back of his head, saying, it's okay, don't worry. He didn't mean it. Snake is okay.
Only because we made you feel bad.
Well, yes, anything that makes C2 feel bad should be avoided.
Does that include manual labor?
Absolutely.
Well, C2 doesn't enjoy manual labor, so I have no clue why he would be doing manual labor.
I
Okay.
know labor's beneath him.
Exactly.
You can see from where you're standing, buildings A and B, which are the large two-story buildings. There's a third one that's off to your side, off to your far right. So now you're looking north, and so the two buildings down below, you've cleared, which are F and C. The brush building that you came in on the left, you don't know what that is. The remains of it, but you can see A, B, and E are directly ahead of you. A and B are two massive three-story buildings. I can see large metal doors, partially closed or open, depending on how you want to look at it. Where heavy-duty bay windows or glass panes would have been on the third floor, they're all shattered and punched out. In some cases, you can see that there are holes, from explosions or damage, punched, through the walls.
So there was definitely a battle here.
Yeah, at one point, probably something went sideways. Building E, seems the door, at least the doors facing towards you, are sealed. But that's all you can see. Again, same deal. The area is shattered above, so you can definitely cross from where you're at. Definitely can cross across to both of those. You can go to the guard shack and the two armored personnel carriers that are outside the fenced area. Wish. Looking as you were traveling through both buildings, looking for the intercom, radio, phone system, anything like that. Anything that you found was dead. There's no power in this building. So you have no way of communicating. The few terminals that you found that seemed to be usable or intact were also, kaput.
Got it.
Yeah, so I want to ask Sam and Saval if a system like this could run on its own, and for how long?
If there were a powerful enough computer, yes. And if it had a sustainable source of energy, like a fusion reactor or something, sure. $280-something years.
Yep.
Or not 280 something, 210 or some odd years.
Yeah. In a very, very long time.
I still suspect there's people here, but okay.
Possibly. The building that is the most heavily guarded? Possibly. But let's search around, see if we can find a way in there, or a way to, or just figure out what's in the other buildings.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going to building A, building B, building E, or the Southern Guard check and or personnel carriers?
Building A is the one with the lasers, right? With the massive anti-personnel lasers.
No, the building on the opposite side of A has the massive anti-personnel laser.
Okay, so A is still okay.
So right now you have a pair of.
Right?
I'm sorry.
A is in a danger zone.
A, you can probably get into A. It would give you a better view of what's going on outside of A, towards whatever that's designated as. But you're not able to, until you close that distance. A, B, and E are 3-story, some sort of either a hangar, depot, manufacturing area. That's the only reason something would be that big in the way it's set up. Is there's no windows on the first or second floor. They're those massive high bay windows on the top. So there are no windows, other than a couple man doors that you can see on the first floor going in. There's no other doors anywhere. And these two massive doors.
Well, I say we go in.
Yeah.
Probably for the best that we do that, since we're getting close to the.
Systematically sweep before we hit the main one.
Now you heading south. You hit the guard shack and the 2 armored personnel carriers. The guard shack there, the back wall is completely blown in. You can see that there's a crushed skeleton within the inside. You can see that this area has been heavily trafficked. As you're walking out of this building, as you're walking out of building C into the open area, you can see there's remnants of a car park. Built. The vehicles are so much rusted hulks, but you can see that the ground has been trampled. Even with the wind, blowing occasionally, nothing's picked up enough to be able to start wiping everything away. And from what you guess, kind of matches that, but looks like a small army marched through this area or came through this area. You arrive at the guard shack, reveals nothing other than the shattered wall. Going up to the 2 armored personnel carriers, they were used for a campsite. Remnants of a cooker, discarded human femurs, and thigh bones lay scattered about. The fires themselves are cool to the touch. Only thing you do find underneath, and this will include Holly Sue's bonus roll. You find within one of the armored personnel carriers, it looks like somebody had stored some chems. Find a total of 3 dirty waters, 2 diluted radixes, and a mentat that I gotta find the color for.
So, Val, were you writing these down? I'm writing them down too, but if you want them, you want me to keep them. Okay.
3 dirty water, yes.
3 dirty water, 2 diluted radix.
And just a regular mentat. Regular mentats allow you to reroll a perception or intelligence test. But other than that, the armored personnel carriers are pretty much devoid of anything. Sam, make me a perception small guns roll.
Perception, small guns. There we are. Perception.
Okay, so climbing on top of one of the armored personnel carriers, you're able to sweep the horizon in the general area that you're at. Looking, other than back towards the buildings. You can barely make out Oakallville in the distance, more just a smudge. The mountains to your east, but you can see towards the south, just on what would technically be on the next map, sign of a smoke fire, or several smokes.
I'm going to pass that on to the rest of the group. That looks like there's some sort of encampment to the south. Also, is Oakallville still burning?
You can see you can see a smudges on the horizon.
Got it.
Yeah, you can barely make it out. You know where to look. That's the only reason why. But yeah, you can't really see too much. I mean, you're several days travel, so it's granted the ground is flat, but still.
Yeah.
Not like perfectly smooth. No.
It's below the horizon. I just know the relative location or the relative direction.
Yep. But this is relatively easy. This is maybe a day's travel away. The area to the south, maybe a little bit closer, maybe less than that.
Yeah.
We will, given the fact that it's after 11, we'll pick back up next week.
Okay.
You'll be entering building. So I know which building to set up for, A, B, or E. A and B are directly in front of you. It's a short jog to get to there. E is off to your. That would be the last building before exiting the camp. That is off to your right.
Want to just do A?
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
kind of thinking, in order. We'll remember that.
Okay.
Where's building D?
I'm sorry?
Where's building D?
Don't know.
Is there a building D?
It could be. Don't forget, there's one building that's completely destroyed. You don't know what that is, and you never really got, and you'll get your first chance to get eyes on the building where the gun emplacements are when you look in that general direction.
Got it.
So.
Sounds good.
Yep.
We'll pick up then. $2.25 for everybody for tonight.
What was it?
$2.25.
I'll wait for Sam.
Hold on.
Thanks again for GMing, Phoenix. We really appreciate it.
No
You do
problem.
really well.
Thank you. Fun doing this. This gives me X.
Thank you, Saval, for streaming.
Yes, thank you, Saval.
Thank you, Gray, for being awesome.
And you look so good while you're streaming.
He does.
Thank you, Sam, for samming.
I'm definitely
You're
samming
welcome.
and then snaking. I'm kind of thankful you didn't die tonight, Snake.
What?
It was a very close.
I know there's something wrong.
We know
I'm a
you
little
were this
tired.
close to killing it, but it was also this close to killing you.
Did we get that on the recording? Did we get Sally Sue saying that's okay?
I'll deny everything. I was on chems at the time.
Okay.
Sorry, it's
I'll
for
believe
on
it.
Twitch.
This broadcast of As the Wasteland Burns was brought to you by Galaxy News Radio and our sponsors at Vault Tech. Better living underground.
Now with butt plugs.